Make a Path presents Let's Talk. I need a Saul statue now. Welcome to Make a Path Presents. My name is Ronnie Hayes, and if you're new here, there may be minor spoilers. I promise I'm not going to get into any major spoilers on this one, so minor ones ahead. Let's talk. Better Call Saul, Episode 1, the series premiere. Alright guys, I thought this was a very, very good episode. It was borderline on great, and I'll tell you why. The intro alone. Now, I could be way off base here. I haven't had time to check any social media and to get anyone else's opinions on this. I haven't talked to a single person I know that watched that episode. I've been so busy. But I just got off of watching the Walking Dead episode, and it was a lot to process, and I went right out of that and right into Better Call Saul, and I tell you what, it was hard to process, you know? But I did get in the black and white images in the beginning. When it first rolled up, I thought, oh yeah, this is, you know, the beginning of Better Call Saul's story, but why is it black and white? Then it started playing out, and he saw this guy sitting in a corner, and he looked nervous or scared, and I was like, holy crap, did they really start it like this? Is this after the Breaking Bad timeline? And that played out, and he gets home, and he puts it in, and watches the VHS tape, and it hit me. I really think this is after the season finale of Breaking Bad. It was a mind blow. I never thought they were going to go there. I did not look at any kind of information or spoilers or any reviews, anything of Better Call Saul before this, and it just blew me away. I loved it. And it also got me thinking, that is so powerful. Could they, and will they, take Better Call Saul, show him work his way up, show him at the Breaking Bad timeline? I guess they would do a time skip of sorts. But will we see Saul Goodman after the Breaking Bad timeline within that universe? That leaves it open for other characters. Will we see Jesse Pinkman again after the timeline, so to speak? Will we see him before? Because in the end of Better Call Saul, probably one of my borderline favorite and least favorite scenes, there was a surprise guest at the very end of the episode. If you guys saw it, you know what I'm talking about. This leads into one of the hardest and most difficult writing problems with a show like Better Call Saul, because it takes place in a time where we know the character is going to be fine and okay at this point in time, because we saw him in Breaking Bad. We know he's not going to die, he's not going to go to jail, he's not going to get in trouble, he's not going to, you know what I'm saying? We know he himself is immune to the tragedies ahead. We know that. And this is where I'm actually hoping they bring up some kind of co-star, like how Walter White had Jesse Pinkman. And now I'm not saying make it a kid because that's too obvious, but I'm saying we need a co-star to where we can worry about him and have some kind of suspense. It has to be someone who's likable and who can help him along the ways, and that will kind of replace or be a supplement for that suspense. Because right now at the end of the episode, it's like a moment where you're like, oh man, he's in you know, deep shit. But we know he gets out of it, you know? But how does he get out of it? But I really, really have confidence in the writing, and what's really nice is the writing has confidence in the writing, because it didn't come off with a bang. And I know when I was telling my grandfather, because believe it or not, my grandfather actually was the one who told me to start watching Breaking Bad. I got into Breaking Bad in season 2, and he told me to see it only because he said that this kid reminded him of me, Jesse Pinkman. And I watched it, and I'm like, this little drug addict? Grandpa, what do you think of me? So I told him, I said, you know what? Don't forget, Better Call Saul is on 2 nights, Sunday night and Monday night. And I told him, I have a feeling that episode 1 is going to be the wind-up, episode 2 is going to be the punch. And that's why they did it. To have episode 1, which is the wind-up, and episode 2 right behind it, and we don't have to wait a week, because maybe it will cool off. I don't think episode 1 is going to have that much of an impact. And to me, it didn't. It had great writing, it had great directing, it had great visuals, especially when Saul Goodman was riding along in the car and we had that open world visual where it didn't have any edits or cuts. I absolutely love filmmaking like that. Scenes like that make me fall in love with movies. Unedited, uncut scenes. Now, also with the writing, we see Saul Goodman at rock bottom, but they throw in scenes where we see how clever he is. A couple of kids try to dupe him, try to trick him, try to get money out of him, and he goes along with it, believably, because I'm like, come on, I thought Saul knew better. He doesn't know. They're shysting him, you know? They're amateurs. We can see it. He flips the script, you know? And he was playing with them. I'd love that. Little bit of writing, it went a long way. And that, I feel, that kind of writing is what I think will carry the show. Even when he's walking into the office, when he comes out, he kicks the can. Could have sworn I seen a dent in the can as he was going up. It made it feel like that can has already been kicked a couple times. So they developed this atmosphere that it already feels worn in when you're watching it. And I think that helps a lot getting comfortable with the show and with the characters. I am actually very excited for episode 2, and that's coming on Monday night. Do not miss it. So guys, I am really excited to hear what you thought about the first episode of Better Call Saul. And as far as a prediction for episode 2, I'm going to say he gets into a little bit of a business arrangement with our special guest. And that special guest is going to be in the season for a few episodes. He might even be in it throughout the whole season, but I really don't see that. I don't see them utilizing him to like some kind of max potential. Just because it's too much Breaking Bad. You know what I mean? I see them utilizing him for a few episodes, and I could be totally wrong, but I just don't see them sticking with him throughout the remainder of the season. I think they're going to go into fresh water on that one. And I also think, strongly, obviously, we'll see a lot more of Mike coming up. Leave your opinions and predictions down below, because I'm done talking. It's your turn.
Subscribe now.